till the lights go down, 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 till the lights go down, down, down. I've been feeling alright, I've been taking.
What's poppin', guys? Crypto Vibes here, also known as Crypto. Bringing you guys another video. Today, guys, I am back with week 6 in the Krash, going up against my good pal Jimmy and his Pittsburgh Registeelers. So if you guys are excited for this match, make sure to smash that like button down below. As yeah, for sure, we're sitting at 4-1 right now, and I believe Jimmy is sitting at 3-2. But I've just not really had good matches against Jimmy in league. Like, I believe we played each other like maybe 3 times, and I'm 1-2 against him currently. So definitely struggle when I play Jimmy. So I guess he's my kryptonite. So but I'm bringing some heat this week, so maybe that'll help us through. As yeah, I'll go ahead and talk about my team here in a second, but I'll go ahead and put the teams here on the right side. You'll see here in a second. And yeah, anyways, you can see Jimmy's got the threatening team. You can see it right now, but he's got the Landers Theory plus Kieran Blackcore, which is really devastating. Of course, I don't really know how he got both of those, but it happened. He does only have like 9 Pokemon, so that's nice. Having those two. He does have the Crocodile with the Landers combination. Double Intimidate is very annoying for my team because most of my physical attackers are better against him than my special attackers, besides one special attacker in particular that you probably see on screen right now. But yeah, overall, he's got a pretty threatening squad. He's got the Web's potential with Araquanid. He's got the super fast Mon and Mega Alakazam. That's sitting at 150 base speed, so I don't have anything to outspeed that, so this is going to be pretty tough one. For sure. It's been a while since I've built this team and battled, but I'm going to try to go over as best as possible. And as you guys see, the Z crystals as well. My potential Z crystal is the Normalium Z, which honestly I've had 0 success with this season. Well, I did use it in week 1, but it did work, I guess, but it wasn't the best. And then Jimmy has the access to Flying MZ, which is obviously really scary with Landers, so I do got to be careful with that. But yeah, get into my Mons in particular. We're starting off with the heat right away, as we have our Adrenaline Orb Milotic with Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Dragon Pulse, and Recover. Running enough speed. I believe the speed, oh yeah, it's for a Choice Scarf Heat Train once we get our Adrenaline Orb boost off, so then we can outspeed that, or even just max speed Heat Train in general. We outspeed that before the Adrenaline Orb boost. If we're able to pull that off against an Intimidate Mon, if you guys do know, or do not know, either way, the Adrenaline Orb pops after you get intimidated, and Jimmy does have access to 2 Intimidate users, which I think both of them will come, being Landers Theory and Crocodile. So if I can take advantage on like a potential double, switching in on one of those, or I'll lead matchup against one of those, this Mon can actually go in on his team, and depending on what he brings and like how much chip I have on his team, then this Mon can actually probably just be a potential win con. So as crazy as that sounds, Milotic is looking pretty solid this week. Definitely could have brought defensive Milotic. It probably would have been really a lot better. But this set seems really cool, so I just wanted to try it out. And I figured I wouldn't get a better chance to use it than this game, unless like playoffs or something came, which I might still bring it. So if you're watching this, Genie, don't forget about this. Then we got come up next, making his debut. We got Ronnie Coleman with the Regirock, bringing the Sugar Berry with Stealth Rocks, Stone Edge, Ice Punch, and Earthquake. Basically, this one's a really nice check to his team, and considering that there's a Z Crystal instead of a Z Captains in this league, this one's actually a decent, it's not great, it's a decent check to Kieran Black. It can take 2 Focus Blasts, I believe. Yeah, I can take 2 Focus Blasts if he's not modest or anything, which is great. It can take 2 Earth Powers, definitely. Well, obviously with the Sugar Berry takes that on. Deals with Landers as well. It has Clear Body, so the Intimidate won't affect me. So if I get a little bit of chip off on the Landers, then my Ice Punch can knock that out. And we're running 8 in speed. I believe we're creeping something in particular. Not quite sure. What do we have? 50 base speed. I can't remember on his team right away, but yeah, that's that. And I threw Impish Nature on there. I believe that helps me take hits better from the Earthquakes in general from Landers and stuff. It's also a pretty good pivot to the Rotom Fan if he does decide to bring that. And it just hits his team really nicely. Stone Edge plus Ice Punch plus Earthquakes. Very good overall. He's really weak to Edgequake, so that's nice. And the combination of having Clear Body too is really good considering the double Intimidate core, which are both really likely switches to Ronnie Coleman anyways, our nice Regirock. And yeah, get into our next Mon. We're bringing our Assault Vest Drapion. Really excited to bring this Mon, as we have to knock out Pursuit, Ice Fang, and Earthquake on this Drapion. That's my Alakazam check, I guess. Yeah, it's Mega Alakazam check for sure. If I'm in a scenario where it's Drapion against Mega Alakazam, I'll just click Pursuit every time, because I can take 2 attacks from any set of the Mega Alakazam, I believe, barring like a crit, which is great, or a move that I'm just forgetting off the top of my head. But it's really nice. Just because there's no really reason to click knockoff when I'm in against it, unless it's like his last Mon or something. Then obviously I can kill it off faster with 1 knockoff, and 2 pursuits I believe kill the Mega Alakazam if he stays in. If he switches out, then the pursuit will kill him as he tries to switch. Ice Fang's obviously there for the Landorus if we ever coming in against it. Most of the time we won't want to, I mean we could throw it off, but if it gets an Intimidate off, it won't really be doing too much damage. And then Earthquake's there to hit other stuff like the, what else does Earthquake hit on his team? Hits some stuff. I can't remember his team. Cobalion, yeah. I don't have the team pulled up right now. I just have it, like, I'm editing it in afterwards, but I don't have the team pulled up. But you guys will see what Earthquake hits during the video. And we're running max HP. That helps me overall. 60 base speed is for a max speed, something max out at 240. We're creeping that. Running the Careful Nature with 8+. Overall, don't remember too much what these spreads do, guys. They're definitely there for something. So I try to be pretty precise with my, at least my defensive mons for the most part. Making sure they can live like certain 2 shots and whatnot. So that's our Drapion right there. I figured it was pretty good against him. Even though I don't think the Mega Alakazam has the best matchup against me, I do think that the Drapion's pretty nice. Overall, it does have the double Intimidate core, so if I can predict one of those to switch it on Drapion, maybe switch into my Milotic on that turn, start to go in. So that's the idea with that. Kind of my next one, we have our Wiki Berry Tornadus Therian, and I really regret bringing Wiki. I'll explain why. We have the Hurricane, Defog, Taunt, and U-Turn. Enough speed to outspeed his max speed Cobalion, which really is the only thing I really cared about outspeeding. I believe we had one other mon that's... No, there was the only thing that outspeeds us the Mega Alakazam, and I can't outspeed that anyway, so it was fine to downgrade to this. But I really wish I brought Life Orb against him. It just looks a lot better on paper, and then during the game you're going to see why I wanted Life Orb, plus Superpower as well. Superpower would have been really nice. I brought Hurricane, Defog, Taunt, U-Turn. There was really no reason to bring Taunt, because Taunt was really only to prevent the Araquanid from getting up webs, but honestly I wouldn't stay in against that thing anyways and taunt it, just because he could just liquidation me and do a ton of damage. It doesn't knock me out with my HP investment, but it does a ton of damage, and then my Wiki Berry would pop, which was like a smart idea in the time, but like if I went Life Orb instead of Wiki Berry, it ensures a lot more KOs for me and a lot more Chica KOs, which is really nice because Tornadus is just really strong with the Life Orb Hurricanes and Life Orb Superpowers and whatnot. So really all I needed was Defog. U-Turn's really nice though. I should have switched Taunt for Superpower, and I should have been Life Orb instead of Wiki Berry. It would have really helped me on the battle, you'll see. But that's basically Tornadus here. It's awesome Pokemon. I love Tornadus. And then our next mon we're bringing is our... we're going to pull this off one of these times during the season, guys. It hasn't been able to shine yet, but we're bringing our Life Orb Agility Hitmonchan, I believe, for the 3rd time this season, which is pretty cool. Close Combat, Throat Chop, Ice Punch, and Agility. Close Combat hits a good majority of his team because he just has a pretty big fighting weakness. Throat Chop's there for the Mega Alakazam. Ice Punch hits the Landorus Therian, and that's basically it. And if we're able to get Agility up, like this mon isn't as good as Milotic is as a late game win con, but it's pretty solid where it can at least break for Milotic. And if I can use my Hitmonchan to potentially double out into Milotic, predicting his Landorus to come in and get an Intimidate off, or even, I don't think Crocodile would come in on this, just because, you know, fighting Dark doesn't really coincide too well for him. But yeah, that's the idea there. After we get Agility up, I believe this set outspeeds Mega Alakazam, max speed Mega Alakazam, which I don't really see him running max Alakazam. I think he can run modest Mega Alakazam if it brings it, so definitely don't see him bringing max speed, but just in case he's not, like, debating, or not, just in case he's not really caring about what speed he runs, so decided to just go that speed tier. And this mon was good enough to run Adamant, so pretty cool. And we don't have to run Rapid Spin on it because our Tornadus has us covered with the Defog, so really solid there. And then getting into our last mon, we have our Leftovers Garchomp with Dragon Tail, Toxic, Protect, and Earthquake. Now, I didn't really find the 6th mon I wanted to bring too much in this game, but considering I already have Rocks too, I didn't really need a 6th mon. Well, I mean, obviously I would want a 6th mon to help me out, and after figuring out this Garchomp set, it actually can definitely help me out because I don't really have a good Crocodile answer if you look at my team. My best answer at the time would probably be Milotic, but it's where it's offensive and it's probably a win con for this game. I needed to find something else that can actually switch in the Crocodile's attacks without just falling over. So that's what Garchomp's job is to do here. Very defensive overall. I can switch into Earthquakes and knockoffs for days on the Crocodile, and obviously if he wants to knock off, he has to take rough skin damage, which is great because if I can chip down that Crocodile, just weakening it overall, I want to get rid of that thing as soon as possible. Obviously, it is Intimidate fodder for my Milotic, which is nice, so I do want to take advantage of it and the Landorus, so I got to be careful with that. Dragon Tail is really nice after we get Rocks up, so I can just phase his team around, not let anything set up in particular, like his Landorus. What else, like Cobalion, stuff like that, even though I'd probably just Earthquake Cobalion in most scenarios, unless I think he's Shuka. Toxic's there to wear down things like the Crocodile once again, and then Protect plus Toxic's just overall nice. It gives me extra leftovers. It helps me in scenarios against the Rotom Fan if I think he's Choice Scarf, and if he ever clicks HP Ice in front of me, and then I could debate if I think he's Choice Scarf at that scenario, and then pivot out to my Regirock. Even if he goes for electric move, it won't do much to me, but I do want to keep my Regirock healthy for the Kieran Black, of course, because that thing is a monster. I want to keep it healthy. And then the Earthquake for general stab, and it just hits his team pretty nicely. So, and then we're running a speed creep to outspeed a... Crap, what is that? 284. I think we're outspeeding a base 80 mon. If you guys can see on screen, I don't really know what I'm talking about right now, but I'm sure it's there for a reason, like I said. But anyways, that's the team builder. I'll go ahead and pause and get back to the battle. Alright guys, we are back with the battle, and as you guys can see, Jimmy brought a very terrifying team of Kieran Black, Rotom Fan, Landorus Therian, Crocodile, Cobalion, and Heatran. And yeah, I'm not feeling too good about the team matchup, obviously, besides the fact that Milotic can potentially sweep, which is really nice. Got to weaken on the Rotom, got to figure out what kind of set it is, and then get it out of the way for Milotic to definitely go in, because I don't believe Milotic with a competitive boost can knock out a potential Assault Vested Rotom Fan with Ice Beam, which is my strongest move against it, so that's something to keep in mind. Rocks will be very important for that thing, as well as the Kyurem, and trying to figure out which one of these mons could potentially be Choice Scarf, because Choice Scarfers are very good against my team, or, well, he's got a lot of potential Choice Scarfers, I should say, and I guess the Choice Scarfer is good against a certain team I am bringing today. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. I do believe I lead off with my Regirock right here, as he's going to lead off with his Rotom, so definitely fair lead for me. I do end up having to take a Volt Switch right here, which is kind of annoying for the Kyurem. But I am going to get my Rocks up turn 1, which is very nice. He's going to go into his Croak. I'm going to switch out because I need to preserve my Regirock. Keeping it healthy enough for the Kyurem. It's definitely out of range of any attack right now. Even a Z-Fly wouldn't do anything, or Z-Flying move wouldn't do anything from Kyurem. I don't even know if Kyurem gets a flying move that would be able to hit me. But anyways, he's going to set up his Rocks here, so we're basically trading Rocks in. I have my Garchomp in against the mon I want to be in against, so I'm going to go ahead and throw off a Toxic this turn to try to wear down this Crocodile, because it is a big nuisance for my team. So that's what I'm going to do. As he throws up an Earthquake, does very, very little to me because I am very defensive, if you guys remember from the team builder. He's going to throw up a Toxic right here. Very unfortunate that he does miss, just because Garchomp is very good for the Crocodile, and it can beat it 1v1, as well as it can potentially deal with the Landorus, potentially deal with the Heatran. It's very solid against the team, actually, now that I bring it, which I didn't really want to bring it initially, so I'm glad I did bringing it, to say the least. And I'm going to start phasing him out here with the Dragon Tails, as you're going to see. I bring out the Heatran now. I definitely should have protected this turn, just because it could be a potential fast variant or a Scarf with HP Ice. So that's something I should have definitely scouted for with Protect right here. But I actually do make a Scout right here, but it's not the way I should have. I Scout by going to my Milotic on a potential HP Ice, which actually does the route. So potentially a Scarf Heatran or I'm guessing a Scarf Heatran. That's why he stayed in and went for it. And I predict the Rotom to come out and go for Ice Beam, as I'm able to get a huge chunk off of that. And obviously that's good for Milotic to sweep late game, which, as you can see, another Ice Beam will potentially take him out. But I didn't want to take a Thunderbolt right there with my Milotic, considering it's a win con. I figured he'd probably throw up a Volt Switch or Thunderbolt right here, but I made my switch in a Regirock, which obviously is good and bad. I didn't want to make a switch in my Garchomp because it's so good against his team. And obviously could throw up an HP Ice. And my Regirock, I did switch it in. It is a little expandable, but it is good for the Kyurem, so it kind of stinks to have to take this Thunderbolt right here. You're going to see. And it brings me very, very low and paralyzes me. Paralyze not too big, but right here I make a very big misplay. I wanted to keep my Regirock around as sack fodder, just because that Kieran Black is basically going to get a kill every time it comes in now. So that was my idea here, switching into Garchomp. Me thinking he's Choice Scarfed was a very bad play, because I should have realized before with the Milotic firing off the Ice Beam that I did 38% to. My offensive Milotic, of course, I only did about 38% to him. Which means he is Assault Vest, and I did not actually calc that damage, so I should have learned from that he's Assault Vest, and I should have definitely sacked up my Regirock and then went into my Drapion. You're going to see is what I like to do here in a little bit, but he's going to get a huge HPS off there for free. I throw up a Protect just so I can get a little bit of leftovers back, and then I'm going to sack my Regirock the next turn, which I feel is definitely a fair play, as, well, definitely was not a fair play going into my Garchomp there. That was a very bad play, as I'm going to go into Drapion here, and I'm going to just throw up a knockoff and knock this thing out. I figured he'd just sack it off at that point, but he's going to bring his Crocodile right here, and I figured he'd probably just Earthquake or knockoff. I'm going to go ahead and go into my Garchomp and sack it off, just because I want to keep my Drapion in range of another attack from the Kyurem, because it's one of the only things that can take a hit from the Kyurem at this point. So that's nice, and he could be Scarf Kyurem. I don't know what kind of Kyurem he has at this point. I'm going to bring in my Hitmonchan basically because I'm in the back right now and I want to start getting some kills, so this is also a very interesting turn, because I'm going to throw up a Agility right here, which is definitely questionable, because he throws up an Earthquake, gets me very weakened, and if he has a Choice Scarf for like Choice Scarf Cobalion, Choice Scarf Kyurem, Choice Scarf Landorus, all those can outspeed me, because you guys saw from the team builder, I'm not running too much speed on this Hitmonchan for a Agility set, but enough speed to outspeed a Mega Alakazam after I get an Agility up, of course. So a couple potential Scarfers on his team definitely could outspeed me, so definitely a little bit of a questionable play on my part, but right here, oh man, I had a strong feeling he would go into his Landorus to get the Intimidate off on this thing. on a potential fighting move, and yeah, I figured he would probably do that, and I thought about doubling into my Milotic, because if I get Milotic in against the Landers after the Intimidate, I get my competitive boost plus the Adrenaline Orb boost, and I'm in a very, very good spot with my Milotic to potentially win the game, as long as I hit my Hydro Pumps. But if he just stayed in and clicked Earthquake, my Milotic would have taken a huge chunk for nothing, and I wouldn't have gotten any Adrenaline Orb boost or anything, so definitely a really risky play. But he is going to make the switch into his Landers right here, as you're going to see. I predicted with a Nice Punch right here, which is a fine play, but making the double into Milotic would have been a better prediction, just because I could have potentially put myself in a very good spot to win the game. But instead, you're going to see he goes Cobalt here. -1 hit on Chan is not going to be able to knock this thing out just because it's Natural Bolt. Then he's going to be able to knock me out with the following close combat, as we were going to die to the next Life Orb hit anyways, so not the biggest deal in the world. And as you're going to see right here, I'm going to go into my Drapion, I'm sorry, and just basically because if you guys were watching the team builder, my Tornadus Therian has Hurricane and U-Turn. Hurricane can definitely knock it out from this range, but obviously I have to risk the miss, and U-Turn can not knock out the Cobalion even with the defense drop, so could not go into my Torn right there. Wasn't the safest play. My Milotic was obviously not a play I didn't want to, or not a play I wanted to make. I would have to take a close combat from this thing, a ton of damage, because my Milotic is not defensive. And my Milotic as my win con at this point, if I can double it into it, or get a prediction right on the Crocodile that wants to come in. So yeah, that's basically the idea with the Milotic. As we're not in a great spot right here, but I'm going to have to take a huge hit with my close combat from the Drapion, or from the Cobalion with my Drapion, as he's going to go very low. We knocked him out there with the Earthquake, yeah, but now he gets to bring in big boy here home. And just start firing out some Fusion Bolts right here. I was a little nervous to be Scarf, but he shows Life Orb damage, which makes me feel better. And now I'm in a position where I go into my Tornadus right here. Now I had to go Tornadus because, yeah, Tornadus will not play, because if I go Milotic, I'm pretty sure I'm in range of a Fusion Bolt after the rocks, considering I took the rocks hit already and a hidden Power Ice from the Heatran, and I'm not defensive at all, so had to go Tornadus right here. And my only play right here was to potentially try to catch his Crocodile, come in on a potential superpower from me, so I get the -1 attack, and he can go into his Heatran easier that way, and basically keep his Kyurem around, because it can't Oko my Milotic with the Fusion Bolt, just because I'm offensive. He may not know that, but it's smart for him to keep his Fusion Bolt user around if he does want to make that double. If I wasn't running Life Orb here, like I was talking about in the team builder, then I'd be in a very nice spot, because I could go for that superpower, knock him out, or I could go for a Hurricane, potentially knock him out. Obviously, I'd have to risk the Hurricane miss, but I might go for it, who knows. But I went Wiki Berry, which was definitely a mistaken prep, and the Taunt Defog definitely did not pay out, because I was prepping for the Miraculous, which Taunt really didn't make any sense anyways, because I could Defog later in the game just fine. But yeah, you're going to see right here, I tried doubling in my Milotic, predicting the Crook to come in to get my Adrenaline Orb to pop off, but he's just going to stay in and click Fusion Bolt, which is definitely a fine play. Can't be mad at him for that. And he's going to be able to click Fusion Bolt one more time and pick me off, because he is not quite in range of the Wiki Berry boosted Hurricane. Not really, but we get him confused, which is kind of funny, but he does break through and land. And that is going to be GG to my good pal Jimmy. The Kyurem Black coming through, picking up 4 kills for him, so definitely a scary mom. As we were not able to pull out the Milotic sweep, but if I hadn't made an aggressive switch into the Landers, I know I could have probably put in the work there, but it is what it is, and that's all you can say, really. As we do fall to 4-2, I believe, +10 now for the season, so not bad at all. As I said, we're just trying to have fun with this season, but definitely trying to win, of course, so we can't let that happen again, Jimmy. I'll be back for you in playoffs, buddy. Better believe it. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if new. I really would appreciate it, guys. Thanks for watching, and peace.